Welcome back, my friends. If you're new here, I am Lance. If you return, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out a channel by the Villians Club, The Art of Gentle Evil. Now this is pertaining to the movie MIDSOMMAR, discussing the character. Yeah, he was the one who was from Sweden, right? Okay, I saw the thumbnail. It looked really interesting. And when I was sick the last couple of days, I kind of saw that movie again.
He can't sit down. He's got a burning in his butthole. He's got a fire. He's got a flame coming out of his butthole.
Well, I fast forward through some of it because some parts were kind of boring. And Pele's one of those characters. He was like the cutest one. Like all the guys, like he was really kind of cute. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to go. So let's check this out. I'll leave the link for the Villians Club. And of course, if you'd like to support this channel, please like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Plus, if you'd like to support me a little bit more personally, become a channel member, Lance's Bestie, or hop into my Patreon and support me through over there.
At 72, they jump off a cliff. Ooh. That's the rule. Danny sees it. All of it. The blood, the fire, the bodies. But at the end of MIDSOMMAR, she chooses to stay. And it's all because of him. Pelle is the unsung villain of MIDSOMMAR. Not because he's cruel, not because he's violent, but because he's mastered something far more dangerous. The art of gentle evil.
The Architect, Act 1.
When we first meet Pelle, he's drawing. Silent. Observing. He's listening to Christian complain about his relationship with Danny. Christian wants out, but won't commit to leaving. Mark calls him out. You've been wanting out for like a year. You have to end this at some point. Christian's response reveals his true character. I don't know if I'm gonna regret it. I don't know if I'm gonna want her back. He doesn't want her, but he wants to keep her close in case he has no other option. Entitled piece of shit. A waitress passes by. Christian does a double take. He checks her out. Mark jokes. See, you could impregnate her if you wanted to right now. Then Pelle speaks for the first time. And don't forget about all the Swedish women you can impregnate in June. He isn't sympathizing. He's identifying weaknesses. Christian is checked out of his relationship and visually hungry. The promise of women who want to be impregnated appeals to his masculine pride. And Christian can't pull the trigger on anything. He floats. The line is also foreshadowing. Christian will eventually be drugged and manipulated into impregnating Maya, which leads directly to his death in the bear. Pelle knows it. It might sound friendly, it might sound like bro talk, but underneath, it's cold. Pelle is baiting the hook with exactly what Christian wants to hear.
Oh.
After Danny's bipolar sister kills their parents and herself, shout out to my bipolars, love you to death, Danny's left with Christian as her only family. When he tries to leave—
Wait, hold on. That's one way to give a shout out. Sorry, I'm still trying to. My cold is trying to shout to my bipolar. That's a funny way to do a segue to that. I like this girl. She's funny.
Leave her grieving self alone to go to a party, she offers to go with them. There, Danny overhears the group talking about going to Sweden. Josh mentions studying midsummer traditions. Pelle adds Hälsingland, which is his hometown. Then, he looks directly at Danny, a look that says, I bet you didn't know. Are you gonna let this happen? In the movie, the dialogue is a little muffled, as if Danny wasn't fully paying attention, but in a version of the script, Pelle asks Mark, you have to work at your mom's shop when we all get back from our trip, right? This is a plant. He introduces the topic casually, knowing someone will ask, oh, you guys are going on a trip. Josh then volunteers the Sweden/Midsummer explanation. Pelle chimes in with Hälsingland, then he looks at Danny. Pelle engineered the entire conversation. He wanted Danny to hear about the trip. He knows Christian. He knows Christian hasn't broken up with Danny. He knows Christian is too cowardly to abandon her now, especially after her family died. By making sure Danny knows about the trip, Pelle is guaranteeing that Christian will have to invite her. Pelle isn't just along for the ride. He's directing traffic. After some back and forth, Christian invites Danny to go on the trip. When he tells the group he invited Danny, the others look uncomfortable. They know she's the third wheel. They know the dynamics are now weird. Pelle is silent. He looks at Christian. Then he slowly smiles. This is Pelle's victory lap. Everyone else sees a problem, Pelle sees an opportunity. Danny isn't an inconvenience to him, she's the real target. The smile says, perfect, this is exactly what I wanted. Pelle approaches Danny.
I never noticed those. See, little subtle things like that I do miss in movies. When they do these little subtle like looks and stuff, I know they have a purpose. Some movies they don't have a purpose for shit. So I become so used to not looking for some looking for stuff. I can't talk. And so when movies like this come around, they have purpose in the actions and it's just the actions of the actors without even saying anything. It makes a good movie because they put some thought behind it. You know what I'm saying? Some of these movies, I think they use ChatGPT because it is so hollow, and stuff like this you don't get from crap ass movies.
Warm eye contact, gentle tone.
Ooh,
I'm very glad you're coming to Sweden. I'm so sorry you lost your parents the way you did. When someone is consistently nice or consistently mean, you can build a defense. But when you get hit with warmth followed by a gut punch, your brain short circuits. Danny can't process the first statement before being thrust into the second. She can't just say, thank you, because the ground shifted. Her options are either accept the pain, so engage with the trauma he just invoked, or reject the pivot, which feels rude because he was just being so nice. It's a trap. The only way out is through him. Pelle is skipping the small talk. He's going straight to her deepest wound. The subtext is, I see you. I'm not afraid of your sadness like the others. It's a shortcut to an emotional bond. This technique also establishes him as the emotional authority. Pelle decides when it's time for warmth. Pelle decides when it's time for sorrow. Danny is just reacting, following his cues. This subtly places him in a position of power. He's leading, she's following. He's throwing trauma at her to see how she handles it. Does she shut down? Try? Open up? He's gathering data. He's also priming her for the Harga worldview. The cult doesn't separate joy and horror. They're part of the same meal. They arrive at Hälsingland. Father Odd greets them. He shakes hands with the man. He hugs Danny. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome home. Then to Pelle. You have an immaculate sense for people. This confirms Pelle's role. He's the scout, the recruiter, the one with the eye for new blood. The family acknowledges his skill publicly. Welcome home to Danny suggests Pelle has already told them about her loss, about her vulnerability. They're ready for her.
Oh, I didn't even
Maya
think
grabs
about that.
Christian's attention.
I didn't even think about that. That is true. Because they were pretty warm to her. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I didn't even catch on.
Pulls in toward the dance. Danny notices. She doesn't fully see Maya, but she feels something shift. Christian is suddenly interested in something else, something she's not a part of. Timing. Pelle chooses his exact moment to approach Danny. Anyway, he hands her a drawing, a portrait of her with flowers in her hair, for her birthday. Just between us. He waited until Christian was distracted. He created a private moment. He's positioning himself as the one who sees her when her boyfriend doesn't. Just between us creates secrecy, a shared space, a small conspiracy of two. But here's the thing. He didn't have to draw her. He could have said happy birthday. He could have picked a flower. He could have given her a piece of bread. Anything. The gesture would have landed. She was already isolated, already hungry for attention. So why the drawing? Why take the time? Why draw her specifically? Pelle is always drawing. In his first scene, he's drawing. Throughout the movie as well. Drawing is his thing. It's not a tactic. It's part of who he is. So when he gives Danny a drawing, he's not just performing kindness. He's giving her something of himself. This is a crack in the architect. A glimpse of something underneath. The boy. The brother. The son.
Ooh, the son. My God.
When talking about the life cycle of a member of the Harga, Pelle explains that between 18 to 36, they all do their pilgrimage. Going out into the world to recruit people, offerings, is normal to him. It's just what you do at that age. His brother Ingmar did the same thing. He brought Simon and Connie. There is a deeper implication here. If leaving to recruit is normal, then what they're recruiting for is also normal to him. The sacrifices, the rituals, the burning, all of it is just life. He was raised in this. He doesn't know any other way to be. The pilgrimage also serves a practical purpose for the cult. Fresh blood, genetic diversity, new offerings. Christian asks about incest later. The Harga member explains they manage bloodlines carefully. Bringing in outsiders isn't just about sacrifice, it's about genetic diversity, fresh DNA. Pelle's job as a recruiter isn't just about finding people to kill, it's about sustaining the community's future. He's been doing this since 18. He's good at it. Father Odd confirms that. Pelle says, meet my brother Ingmar. Best friends since we were babies, actually. My sister Dagny was born the same day as me. Pelle isn't describing biological relationships. He's describing cult relationships. Ingmar is his brother because they grew up together. Same age cohort, same bond. Dagny is his sister because she was born the same day as him. In the cult, that makes her family. This is how kinship works in Harga. Not blood, proximity, timing, ritual. The unspoken questions are, were his parents part of the cult? Were they incubators who had babies for the community? And then what? Did he ever have a mother and a father in the way we understand it? The answer doesn't matter to him because the cult is his family. It's all he's ever known. She feels unwanted. I wasn't supposed to be here. You guys didn't want me here. Pelle says softly, I was the most excited for you to come. On the surface, this could be manipulation, another line to keep her hooked. But look at the effort. He sought her out. He set her down. He's taking time. This is their longest conversation in the film. He's not rushing. He's not performing for an audience. He's genuinely trying to calm her down, to make her feel seen, to make her feel wanted. Maybe it's both. Maybe he is manipulating her and genuinely excited she's there. The architect wants her for the cult. The son actually likes her. These two things don't have to be mutually exclusive. At a certain point, Danny says, I'm scared. I can't breathe. Pelle says, you're going through a lot. I know you are. I'm going to say something now because my birth parents are gone too. That's not what I'm talking about. I know. And that's fine. But please, my birth parents both died when I was a little boy. They burned up in a fire. I became technically an orphan. So believe me when I say I know what this is, because I do. The word technically is doing the heavy lifting here. Technically, an orphan means, yes, his parents are dead. No, he never felt like an orphan. He says, yet, my difference is, I didn't get a chance to feel lost because I had a family here where everyone embraced me and swept me up. I have always felt held by a family, a real family, which everyone deserves and you deserve. He genuinely believes this. The cult saved him. He's not lying to her, he's offering her the same salvation. The tragedy of his parents' death is real, but so is the love he found afterward. Both things are true. Pelle is holding Danny's hand. She notices. Christian could walk in at any moment. Pelle doesn't let go. He locks eyes with her. He's my good friend and I like him. But do you feel held by him? Danny, does it feel like home to you? Pelle is projecting. Home for him is Harga. It's safety. It's being held by a family that never lets go. He's asking Danny if Christian gives her that. He already knows the answer is no. He's inviting her to see what he sees, to compare Christian's coldness with the warmth he's offering. This isn't just manipulation.
He has some pretty blue eyes. Now, I'm not saying I would get talked into a cult, but...
What? Sluts! Yes?
Genuine bewilderment. How can you stay with someone who doesn't make you feel held? There is a moment that exists only in the script where Pelle says, New York is fun, but I also find it terrifying how people live, as if it's necessary and even good to be lost and drifting. And I haven't spent one night over there that I haven't longed to be back here, in the lap of the Hargas. Pelle genuinely doesn't understand the outside world. To him, being lost and drifting is a nightmare. Harga isn't just his home, it's his anchor, his only reference point for safety. He's not trying to trap her, he's trying to save her from the loneliness he sees in her. A little later, script Danny says, you're a very empathetic person, to which Pelle responds, well, our first language here is strictly emotion-based, so I could just be using that to manipulate you. Danny pauses at this. Pelle sticks his tongue out, teasing. Danny smiles, relieved. You are super vulnerable though, and I mean that in a great way. It's very rare. It's beautiful. This moment shows Pelle's self-awareness. He knows he could manipulate her. He's acknowledging the mechanism, but then he immediately chooses not to. He calls her vulnerability beautiful and rare. This reveals that underneath the architect, there is a boy who values authenticity, who wants to preserve something genuine. It complicates him, makes him human. In the script, Pelle is drawing flowers in his first scene. He's trying to be a naturalist. Naturalism. Capturing things as they are. Preserving a moment. Freezing time. Pelle is drawn to preservation, still life, portraits, freezing ephemeral moments. Why? because he knows everything ends. He knows he'll jump at 72. He knows the seasons change. He knows life is temporary. Drawing is his way of making things last, of holding on to beauty before it disappears, like when Danny becomes a May Queen. So Danny wins the May Queen dance. Everyone's cheering, celebrating. Pelle approaches her and kisses her in front of everyone. This isn't calculated, it's spontaneous. He's not waiting for the right moment. He's not testing the waters, he just does it. This is a boy celebrating the girl he likes, the sun, not the architect. It's genuine affection breaking through the surface. So after the kiss, after the celebration, Danny is at the head of a table, far from him. Pelle has his sketchbook out. He's drawing her as the main queen. He's not just documenting her, he's preserving her vulnerability, her He's drawing her as the main queen.
Yeah, look,
he's not just documenting her, he's preserving her vulnerability, her openness, her rawness. These are things he finds beautiful, and he wants to freeze them. When he tells her, "You are super vulnerable," and I mean that in a great way, he's not just complimenting her. He's saying, that thing you have, that rare thing, I want to hold on to it. This is genuine. This isn't strategy. This is the sun, the artist, responding to something real. But it also serves the architect. The more he preserves her, the more she stays, the more she trusts him. Earlier, he drew her as a gift. Strategic intimacy, maybe. But also, he chose to draw her, not just give her something, draw her. Now, he draws her again, as queen, because he wants to remember. The through line here is that Pelle doesn't just manipulate people. He sees them, he captures them. But when they look back at him right before the end, he's the first to look away.
The Pied Piper.
After Christian is raped, he runs around the community looking for help, I guess. He gets drugged and trapped in the barn. He looks at Pelle, pleadingly. In the script, Pelle looks away with shame. In the movie, Pelle watches from outside through a sliver, detached, observing.
Oh, is that who that was?
Pelle has done his job. He lured them there. He delivered them. But he doesn't want to be directly involved in the killing. The shame is real. He knows what's coming. He knows Christian is about to die horribly. And yet, he doesn't stop it. This is the architect and the sun colliding. The architect thinks, mission accomplished, offerings delivered. But the son feels. He's a boy who grew up with these people, watching someone he spent months with get drugged and prepared for sacrifice. The shame is the space between them, the space where Pelle lives. An elder says to Pelle, who has brought new blood in our new May Queen, you will today be honored for your unclouded intuition. Public praise. A job well done. His intuition is what they're honoring, not his coldness, not his calculation, his ability to feel people, to see them, to connect with them. The very thing that makes him human is what makes him a perfect weapon. That's cruel. The cult needs him to be empathetic. They need him to genuinely connect. Because offerings don't walk in as hostages. They walk in willingly. Denny, Josh, Christian, Mark, they all came because Pelle made him want to come. He couldn't do that if he were just a cold manipulator. The empathy has to be real. And because it's real, the shame is also real. The sadness is also real. The cult built the perfect tool, a boy who genuinely loves people and then has to deliver them to die. I found two versions of the script. In one, Pelle, wearing a very large garland crown, smiles serenely. In another, Pelle, wearing a twig crown, smiles sadly. Given his reaction in the movie and the kind of crown he wears, I'm pretty sure serenely is the final version. But the fact that sad existed in Ari Aster's mind means something. Even the person who created Pelle imagined him carrying weight. The final version being serene could mean he's accepted his role, he's numb to it, he's learned to make peace with horror. But the possibility of sadness haunts the performance because it reveals Pelle is not a pure villain. He's a boy who was shaped so perfectly that he can smile serenely while his friends are about to die. And that's more disturbing than if he were openly sad, because the serenity means he's finally brainwashed. Or is he? The barn is on fire. Ulf and Ingmar are inside. Ulf starts screaming as the flames reach him. All of Harga screams with him. Performative, shared grief, both. Pelle is on the ground, screaming, crying, wailing. But here's the Harga empathy paradox. In an earlier scene, Danny sees Christian having sex with Maya. She breaks down. All the women gather around Danny. They wail with her. They don't feel what she feels, but they perform it. The purpose is connection, solidarity. You're not alone. Now the barn is burning. Ulf and Ingmar burn alive. All of Harga gathers outside the bar. They scream with Ulf. They don't feel what Ulf feels, but they perform it. The purpose is connection, solidarity. You're not alone. The question is the Hargis empathy real or performative? Does it matter? If you perform grief long enough, do you start to feel it? If everyone around you is screaming, are you screaming because you feel it or because everyone else is? Is Pelle performing? Is he genuinely grieving? Is he grieving Ulf, Ingmar, Christian, Josh, Mark? Is he grieving himself? Or is he just screaming because that's when you do when the bar burns? The most disturbing possibility is that he doesn't know either. He's been performing so long he can't tell the difference anymore. The architect crafts, the son feels, the piper performs whatever the moment requires. The film told us who Pelle was in the very first frame, but Pelle isn't the Pied Piper. He's a drawing of the Pied Piper. See, Pelle draws to preserve still life, portraits, flowers, Danny. He freezes moments because he knows everything ends, because he knows he'll jump at 72. Drawing is his way of making things last. His drawings aren't objective. They come from his filter. He drew Danny with flowers in her hair before she was made queen. Why? Because that's how he saw her, vulnerable, connected to nature, one with Harga. The drawing wasn't a prediction, it was a perception. And Pelle himself can be perceived as a drawing. He was drawn by the cult, conceptualized, designed. His role? The recruiter, the one with unclouded intuition. His fate? To bring offerings, to mentor the next generation, to jump at 72. His personality? Empathetic enough to connect, cold enough to deliver. A drawing is frozen, static, fixed. Pelle has some agency. He feels shame, he feels sadness, he hesitates, but he was drawn so perfectly that he always returns to the frame. He sees the duality, he sees how fucked up it is, but he still thinks it's better than the outside world. He told Danny, I find it terrifying how people live as if it's necessary and even good to be lost in drifting. But a life with no uncertainty isn't safe. It's a cage. A family that takes away all pain doesn't heal you, it hollows you. Pelle doesn't know this. He can't know this. He was drawn into a world where suicide at 72 is normal, where screaming with strangers is empathy, where delivering your friends to die is a job well done. The horror of Pelle isn't that he's a monster. The horror is that he's a boy who was drawn so perfectly into a monster's shape that he can't tell where the drawing ends and he begins. The art of gentle evil isn't just about manipulating others. It's about being so perfectly manipulating yourself that you become the artist who continues the work without ever realizing you're also the art.
It gave me a lot more insight of that. So I'm really glad I chose this video because I didn't think he was that. I just overlooked how much of a. I guess I just didn't really realize how key part he played in that. Really, that's interesting. I don't know how I overlooked all that. It's very interesting. This is a good video. The Art of Gentle Evil, the Villains Club. Shout out to you, the Villains Club. Actually, I'm going to subscribe to you right now. I enjoyed this. There was a lot. First of all, I didn't know that was his name. I saw this movie I think twice, and I character names I can never remember. But yeah, he was only really kind of attractive when he's from Swedish. So. And a Swedish guy ever says, come back to me, I'm never going to do that. Sorry, that's it. He better look like that. He better look like Pelle, because that's the only way I'm going to follow you anywhere to another country and I have to get a passport. Yeah, you got it. I have to do all that extra work. It costs money. Anyway, I thought this was good. Let me know in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Love, peace, and bye.